part we are going to discuss the first part of relationship, family relationship. And the first part of family relationship is the self relationship. Because that is the core of all relationship. You are not happy with yourself, you cannot be happy with anybody else. Neither anybody will be happy with you. If you look at the whole sequence of life, most of the time the fights are not out, the fights are within us. Now this talks about introspection. Introspection means looking within. And somewhere we start looking within, we realize that there's some fight which is happening all the time between us, our conscious and subconscious mind. And we are all struggling to come out of this. To even understand and appreciate the inner struggle, I think we need to understand the inner structure of humans. And the humans are not only body as it is believed by the science today. In fact, that is my major objection to the physiology today, or the medical science. Because if you look at their basic textbook of physiology, they talk about the 6 basic essentials and the ingredients of human existence. And they are basically cells, chemicals, tissues, organs, organisms, and body. Now the vital point is that I've been asking the doctors from various forums, if you look at the dead person, he has all the 6 within him. Then what is the difference between a dead and a living person? And that difference cannot be explained, unfortunately, by the medical science today. And major difference that we have is the pranas, the energy. And that is the most vital and most neglected. So somewhere we are trying to bring out this particular thing. To understand, we are comprising of mind, intellect, emotion, the heart, the body, the memories, and the personality of the ego, and finally the soul. We live in 7 components, so introspection, and we have talked in this particular book about introspection, looking within and addressing, because whatever the actions we do, and many times I wonder, whether we all understand, why the terrorists behave the way they do. What do they get out of killing? Knowing fully well the killing is not good. Somewhere heart in heart, they know they are creating a crime, they are creating a scene. But in spite of that, why do they kill people? Why do they have the mass destruction? Probably they cannot stop, because the inner process, and we need to really address that. Where does the actions come from? And if you look at, and I think we'll have to really understand the science of consciousness. The first thing what we do, we take a lot of inputs from the consciousness from universe. And that universal consciousness, when it connects with our intellect, we create an idea. So ideation is the first step towards the karma, or the action. That ideation becomes a thought when it connects to the mind, and when the thought connects to the heart, it becomes an emotion. And when the emotion is strong enough, so passionate and intensity is high, the moment it connects, the action begins. The emotion leads to motions. So even before the motion, we need to understand what is very important is your emotion, about your thought process, and your idea. If these 3 are managed, and these 3 are managed respectively in heart, mind, and your intellect. So these are the basic ingredients. If you manage these 3, probably the karmas can be managed. And this is called chitta in our spiritual parlance. If the chitta is purified, the karma is purified. And unfortunately, the modern world, the modern outlook does not address this particular question. They have been trying to do a lot of hogwash on the surface, superficial treatments. Somewhere we need to go into the deeper questions, and probably they will find an answer. When the energy flows into our chitta, if the chitta is impure, whatever the energy is coming in the form of karma is bound to be impure. So how to purify the chitta of the new generation, how to manage that, how the crime can be prevented even before it happened. The very thought of crime, which leads to the ultimate crime, if we can have that kind of a reaction time in between, and something which is very surprisingly, I think in the earlier clipping I spoke about, the structural change. And this time I happened to meet a neurosurgeon in Dallas in USA, and this gentleman confirmed, he says, what you are saying is absolutely right, because even the neurosurgeons are little fox, because they find that there's a small part, physical part between the 2 hemispheres and the what you can say corpus callosum, and that was projected out, and basically they feel that was something which was actually giving a reaction time. The moment we emote an action, there was a time, waiting time in our generation. Today they say for this new generation, physiologically that is missing, and probably that explains a lot of spontaneous actions and reactions of the new generation. So they don't have a lead time, they don't have a reaction time, they don't have, somewhere I doubt whether they have a mind at all the way we know. Because mind is something, a regulatory factor, The emotions have to be regulated through mind. The ideas have to be regulated to the mind. So somewhere I think that is missing, and that's a very bad news for the humanity. So somewhere in this particular chapter, introspection, we look to people and are trying to make their self relationship absolutely comfortable. So when they are comfortable with themselves, I think the world has no problem with them, and they have no problems with the world. Thank you.